Everyone's hopping on, which I love seeing familiar faces and some new ones today.
Yes.
Love that. We hit a all. If you have people getting in, tell them I'm letting them in. Sometimes when so many people try to get on at once, I've only discovered that on these lunch and learns that
Yes.
can wait a little bit while longer sometimes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start, and then I'll get back to letting people in and out work in the back office. But I want to welcome everybody to Lunch and Learn. We have the beautiful Kelly Fuller today with us. And before we start, if you're new, because I see some new faces, if you're new, we do have a Lunch and Learn's Facebook group that you're welcome to go hop on. You'll see the recordings on there. This is going to be recorded. And any attachments or any information we need to share, I'll usually post or share with, or whoever the speaker will too, in that group. And I don't promise anything till Monday because my office girl comes in beginning of the week, but typically she really does. Pam's incredible and she gets it done for us. Usually by Friday afternoon, I have it posted. So if you're new, don't panic too. If you don't do social media, it's we put it on YouTube. That's so it's easier, versus all the Zoom passwords. So it's just my name, Jennifer Enlow. And these have been going on for well over 3 years now. When someone was telling me about the other day, I started originally for my unit. It's kind of midweek pick me up, and now it goes worldwide. I mean, what an honor, right? That we can
Yes.
help each other no matter what division, no matter what level you are in the career ladder of success to what you're doing. Sometimes there's nationals on here. It's so inspiring to so many people. So thank you for being here today, making this successful. And it says a whole lot about you to show up, midweek, even just for literally for some of you on your lunch hour. So we have the glorious honor of having Kelly today be our guest speaker. And we've chatted a few times and it just hasn't worked out. And so I'm so excited to learn from you today, my friend. And thank you for having, I would say, Mary Kay's heart and intention and how to give to people because you really don't get anything out of this other than just I don't feeding us with knowledge. And I appreciate that. It truly is the sign of what this company is about. Go give. Because there's just all kinds of women on here. Some don't, maybe have meetings or have directors or whatever the situation may be. And so thank you, Kelly, for being integrable, go give, and just heart of gold to be willing to do this for everyone in the Mary Kay world. I truly, truly appreciate you. And I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to work the back office. So if you have people message, tell them I'm getting ready to get back on there and work all that. And I'm going to let Kelly take over and share what she has for us today.
Okay. Hello. I just now remembered this picture and that picture right there behind those books. Yes. Okay. All right. So sorry. I just now remembered I wanted to grab something. And so my name is Kelly Fuller, and I am a senior sales director, and I am from Sanger, Texas. And so I do recognize Sandy Cook. I've seen her on many, many things. So hey, Sandy, and there's Miss Carla, my girlfriend Carla. Yes. So I just want to tell you kind of really quick, just I have been with Mary Kay for 35 years. Okay. And so I just want to tell you, I was taught by Mary Kay herself. And so I just wanted to show you this picture here. I think it's kind of blurred. I'm not real sure, but I just want to show you this picture of my Mary Kay and myself. I was in college when I started Mary Kay. And so I actually went to, this was before I had just started Mary Kay, and I had to do a speech on a business. And so I thought, why not choose Mary Kay? So I called and asked corporate headquarters if I could come in and interview Mary Kay. Okay. And they said, absolutely. And let me just tell you, I was very shy, and I am still very shy. Okay. So this is really not my, uh, love language is to teach in front of everybody. Okay. And so my girlfriends know that. And so, but I asked if I could go down and just interview Mary Kay. And so they said, absolutely. My mother went with me to support me. And of course, I live maybe 45 minutes to an hour from Dallas. And y'all, I just want you to know just the heart that Mary Kay has and just how personable she was. So I was sitting in the lobby there at corporate, and Mary Kay come out herself, okay, and greeted me instead of having a secretary do it or anything like that. She came out herself, greeted me, and said, come on, Kelly, and who do you have with you? And I, introduced her to my mother, and she said, would you like to come back with us? And I mean, just so personable. So I just want y'all to know what this opportunity is all about. And just Mary Kay herself just what type of person she was and the love that she had for this business. And so, yeah, she let me record the video or the interview. We didn't have like videos then. And that just kind of tells you my age. And so, and then once I heard from Mary Kay's heart during that interview, I just knew this is something that I wanted to be a part of. Not for the products, it's for the company and what she believed in. And so, and then I was taught by her. Okay. And so here I am again at my director's training class. I've become a director 2 years later. And so here I am in with Mary Kay, where she had came and taught at our director class. So I just want to tell you, I love just, being a part of this company and being able to share. Okay. And just share from my heart. So, just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of my background there. All right. Because I asked Jennifer, I said, do you need accolades or anything like that? So, is what I want to come to you today and just share is I feel like whether you are a brand new consultant or if you are a seasoned consultant, okay, and I even say seasoned, I've been in 35 years. I know Carla has been in a long time, and Patricia, and I know many of you have been in. And so, and sometimes we run out of leads, okay? And we're like, where are we going to get leads from? Okay. And, I was the queen of warm chatter. All right. I could go out and and warm chatter and get leads. And I always went by three new leads a day. And I would follow up with them with the next, 48 hours. And so that's just really seriously how I built my whole business is by warm chattering. And so then through the years, we've learned different ways. And I wanted to share with you that my favorite way is we call it restaurant promotion. Okay, doing restaurant promotions or customer appreciation day. And it can be, if I always say, if you go to a restaurant, really the easiest ones is mom and pop. And if you don't know really what I mean by mom and pop, is privately owned. Okay, privately owned. They usually are more out to, let you come in. And there are some other restaurants that will let you, and I will just let you know my main restaurant that I do is Roadhouse. Okay. And they are amazing. They really partner with you and they're amazing. And I have just really like connected with the marketing lady there, the one that's here local to me in Denton. And so she just lets me come in anytime I want. Okay. And so, but just mom and pop places. Cato's. If you have a Cato's dress shop anywhere close to you, it's a customer appreciation day and you go in and you set up. Okay. And you're taking leads. Okay. You're getting leads. And so I set up here behind me. If you see my table back here, my favorite month is October. Okay. To be able to do it. And it's the breast cancer awareness month. Okay. And so that's why I chose to do October, all right, and be the first one for the first Thursday to where y'all can maybe take a couple of these ideas and go out this month and do restaurant promotions or dress shops or something like that to get you some new leads. Okay. And so here, when I do Roadhouse, all right, I usually set up. I call and ask. I want to do it 2 or 3 times, and I do different times. So I'll do like Saturdays from like 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Sometimes I'll come in and I'll do 5 to 11, whatever 10 o'clock. And so that is a lot of my times, or I'll do it on a Friday night or I'll do it on a Sunday afternoon. I know I did Mother's Day and I've done Valentine's evening, and that was chaos. I was kind of like the hostess with the mostest. I was being the hostess with her, helping everybody there. And so she's like, please come back anytime, anytime. And so, but I want to show you, I set up. Now, a lot of times you may not have a lot of room, okay, to set up a table or anything like that. And so I know, like in Roadhouse, they do have like a hostess little table, I guess you would say, that the hostess is behind, and they're never behind that. So I use that, okay, to kind of set up some stuff. But now I've got a table and they've got plenty of room for me to set up a table. But some restaurants or some, places don't. So I just want to don't let that hold you back. Okay. So what I'm showing you here is something new that I'm doing with a table. I've done it without tables for many years. Okay. So I just want to show you here. Here is my table. Okay. It's a tall table and you can kind of set it up in a corner. Okay. With it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I try to do everything pink. And so I do pass out roses, and they're wooden roses. All right. And I hope, all of you have heard of wooden roses. I know you can get them on Amazon. They're a little bit more pricey, or maybe, if your unit want to go in together, I think you can get like 800 wooden roses, and I think they're 13 cents each. Okay, is what I'm thinking. And so that's what a lot of us will do, go in together and we'll buy the 800 bulk, and then we just divide them up. Okay, and they only come out to like 13 cents each. So I want to show you. So I have a pumpkin, okay, a pink pumpkin, of course. And so I set that up on my table. I also have these that are on my table. It's the self exam and you can hang them on doors or, anything like that. But I always offer the women that come through and just tell them why I'm there. And I'll give you my script here in just a few minutes. But I just want to show you what's on the table. And so I, ask them if they would like one of these. They can hang it in their shower. They're shower proof and or waterproof. And so that way they can, just reminder to do self-exam. Okay. And so anyway, so I do have those here. I've done it so many different ways where I've like hole punched and put like a cotton ball on them or different things that has a scent of a cologne, something like that. And so I've just got to where these are easier to give out like this if somebody wants them. Okay. Also, on here, I always have clipboards. Okay. That makes it easy for them to write on. Okay. And I always have at least 3 or 4 clipboards. All right. And then I get these, it says enter to win. All right. Y'all, I don't know if I'm blurred or what, but I tried to fix it. I don't know, so that way I'm not blurred out, but hopefully you can see this. But it says enter to win. It's just got their name, phone number, email, and then just some questions here. It does ask, which like I said, I've been around for 35 years and I am going to honor what Mary Kay asked us to do. Never take another person's customer. Okay. And so I'm going to honor Mary Kay. And so that right here, it says, do you have a Mary Kay consultant? And if she puts on there, I do, y'all, I throw it away. I don't even take this lead. I throw it away. Okay. And, but a lot of times I may ask a few more questions about it or whatever, just to make sure she is being serviced. Okay. And so, but I have these clipboards, I have pens, I have all of that on here for them when they come in. All right. I'll also give away a gift. Okay. So I'll show you here. This right here, I got from Court of Achievers, and that's where I got these from, is from Court of Achievers. Okay. And then here, this little sign here, I just got from Court of Achievers. Okay. And it just says enter to win, drop in your business card, fill out an entry form to receive an ultimate pampering session with a microdermabrasion treatment for $15 and $15 in product. Okay. And I just put a satin hands in here and I put a charcoal mask and a gel mask with a little headband. That's my gift. Okay. That I'm going to draw for. All right. Someone's going to win that. Everybody else, one person will win this from that evening or day. One person will win this. And so she's the grand prize winner. Okay. But everybody else, they won a complimentary makeover with a gift certificate of $15. Okay. But they have to have the complimentary makeover to spend their $15. Okay. And so if she says, I just want to spend the $15, and I say, I'm so sorry, that's not how this works. That you get a complimentary facial just because I want you to try the products. Mary Kay has changed so much, and I want you to be able to see, and feel how Mary Kay, feels. And I want to get your opinion. So, I just let them know. And that's when they can get their $15. This past week, I, had sent out a text and someone said, oh, you know what? I know my mother-in-law, just give that gift certificate to her. Ha! And so I'm like, Oh, I'm so sorry. This is for, new customers, new women to meet. And so I can't pass it on like that. You're welcome to pass it on to a friend that I don't know. Okay. And I'll be glad to do it that way. So, but that way, I'm not passing it to somebody that already has been buying from me for 30 years. Okay. So she gets a lot of other bonuses, let me just tell you. And then I just have a little bag back here that where they can put their names. Okay. And so I do spray the roses, these wooden roses. I usually spray them in the month of October is Live Fearlessly. Okay. That way I always know what scent that my roses are sprayed. And so I always spray them with Live Fearlessly. Okay, well, now we have this wonderful, I love our new perfume, and it's the Confidently You. Okay, so I love that. So I would spray them this month and from here for a while with the Confidently You, okay, perfume. And so you can find on my website, just so you know, it's already on my website, and it says a breast cancer sachet, okay, and so, Carla is so smart. So, Carla, you could probably fix this for me. And yeah, Carla's my go-to girl. I'm like, Carla, can you fix this for me? And so, anyways, but it just says a breast cancer sachet, and it just says place your sachet in your cosmetic or not your lingerie drawer, and what the perfume is. Okay, so that way, when they smell it, they know that it's Confidently You. And so, but I spray the roses. And so I just need this to be changed to say your rose is sprayed with our new perfume, Confidently You. Look at Carla, thumbs up. Yeah. I love you, Carla. And so, anyways, now I have all of these roses. And so I spray them before I go in, okay, into the restaurant. And then say I run out of roses, I get another stack of my roses, I go outside the restaurant and spray the roses again. Okay. So that way I'm not spraying them inside in case somebody comes in and, they have allergies or whatever to perfumes. So I take them back outside, I spray my roses, and then I bring them back in and put them in the basket. Okay. So that's just something, just courtesy to others. And so, anyway, so this is what I'm handing to everyone that comes in. Okay. And let me just tell you, they are so inexpensive, these roses are, and people love them. I do get all colors, all right, because people will say, oh, can I have the blue one? Or can I have a purple one? Or can I have a yellow one? And I'm like, absolutely. Which color would you like? And so, but sometimes I've done all pink, but I like the different, all different colors. And so, anyways, so, but then, I just hand them the rose. I tell them to smell it. All right. And this is the type of rose that's not going to die. All right. It's a wooden rose. And that way you will always have this rose to think of Mary Kay and that we are here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, honoring women. Okay. So I do have those. Always put like a little ribbon on them to kind of cute them up a little bit better, something like that. I do have the perfume back here. Okay, so that way if they really wanted to smell it, it's there. And then also I do have my books back there with my names on them. Now, a couple of things here. No, you cannot sell there. That is not my mission there, all right? You cannot sell. All right, but if someone says, "Oh my gosh, I've lost my consultant," okay, my consultant, or I just moved to the area and I need a new consultant, then I will just say, you know what, just fill out this information form and I'll be glad to, get with you later and visit with you a little bit more and how I can service you. Okay. If she says, I need a cleanser now, okay, I don't carry products in my car. So I don't go out and, deliver it to her right then. I just say, fill out the information form and I'll call you and I'll be glad to deliver it. Okay. So, but I make sure she does not have a consultant. Okay. If she does, I always say, please go back to your consultant. Let her know that you need this cleanser. And, I kind of just ask a little bit more questions. If she says, I've called several times and she's not returning my call, I have done in the past. I'm like, give me her name and number, and I'll give her a quick call. Okay, and I'll see if I can help you there and and get it for her. Okay, get in touch with her. So I've done that too, just to make sure that she is getting that consultant is getting that sale. So just to make for sure I'm doing it the right way. Okay. Now, just a couple other things. And so, like I said, I'm not there to sell, I'm there to get leads. Okay. Now, let me see. I have, once I've gotten, when they come in, okay, I'm standing at the front, by my table with a pen, clipboard, and a rose. Okay. And when they come in, I just say, "Hi, I'm Kelly Fuller with Mary Kay, and we are here honoring women for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we are, giving away a $25 basket, whatever it is, okay, that you're giving away. We would love for you to be entered, all right, and just enter in the drawing, and we'll be glad to follow up with you." I don't do anything pushy, or if they just say no, thank you, or if they don't make eye contact with me, I don't even ask them. All right. I don't, if they don't make eye contact, I just let them go on. A lot of times they're waiting in line to get in to the restaurant. Okay. And so a lot of times I'll just say, "Here, take the entry form, fill it out at your table. And as you leave, drop it in the bag." Okay. So that way they don't feel like they're being held up or anything like that. People are like, antsy to get in there to eat. Okay. And so I just say, "Here, fill out the form. And when you come back, just drop it in the bag." Okay. And so that way you're entered into the drawing. All right. So that's another way there, just to where they don't feel like they're holding up the line or anything. And then I, definitely give them the rose, or I tell them to grab a rose as they walk, leave. I have a lot of kids, little girls that, oh my gosh, they just love everything. And a lot of times it's the little girls that come, that bring their mothers over to me. Okay. And so, and they want a rose. I let them pick their rose, you guys. Okay. I just tell them, make sure you don't poke anybody with that rose, or a brother or a sister or something. But it's just, y'all, I've just made so many contacts, and just, um, with women. And I've had a man that just sat down before. He wasn't from my area. And I think he was actually from San Antonio. And he just started telling me his whole life and about his grandkids. And, and so his family went on in, and one of them come back and said, "Dad, she don't want to know about your whole life. Okay. And, come on." And he said, "Yes, she does." He was showing me pictures, and so anyway, but I love that. And you wouldn't believe the people that come in that say, "Oh my gosh, I remember I've been to Mary Kay's house before," just mainly because I do live it is in the Dallas Fort Worth area, and people are around this area. And so that knew Mary Kay, or worked with Mary Kay, or worked on her home, or, just different things. And so, but then I get their name and number. Okay. And then I follow up with them. All right. And I just, send a text. And that's just when I start the 21-day, uh, what is it called, Jennifer? 21-day process. Okay.
Yes.
Were you going to say?
Yeah, I have that. I can post that too.
Yes. Okay. So it's the 21-day booking. Okay. I have a booking book, is what I call it. And it's the 21-day. And that's when I plug them into that. Okay. And so, and then I just send out a text, and just say, "Hey, I met you." And one thing that I have learned that really helps is I'll take a picture of myself at that restaurant, at the dress shop, wherever I'm at. I'll take a picture of myself, and then I'll send it with that text. So that way it will help remind them. And I've done it before where I forgot to take a picture, and I'm like, "Oh gosh, they probably won't even remember me," And so, but to me, that's a just definitely always remember to do that. Take a picture of yourself, and that way you can send it with them, and just say, "I don't know if you remember me," or, "I met you on Tuesday at Roadhouse." I always write on the back. Let me grab my thing real quick. Hang on. Okay, I always write on the back. This is my little booking book. Same thing. It's the 21-day, and I know Jennifer's got it too. the Power Booking Plan. All right. And it is on my website, Power Booking Plan. And that's what I use, the 21-day booking system. And so this is where I just have all of this here. I have my leads in, and you need at least 30 leads to start with that. And that's where I just start plugging them in. Also, this time of year is booths. Okay, same thing. You can do the exact same thing with booths. But one thing that I always do, I always, because I do so many this time of year, I uh, put all the leads in just a little baggie or something, and then I put on here Roadhouse, the date, okay, and if like this was Mother's Day, okay, and so some of the leads that I never, that never followed back up with me or anything like that, I don't throw a lead away, okay. I'm not going to throw away a lead until they say, please do not call me again, all right, please do not, and then I'll chunk it, all right. But I always, have it on there, and that was just this year, and so, I'm still going through them, and I've got facials this week with some of these leads, okay. So, but I always put on there just something to jog my memory, okay, of who that person was or something. But I put them all, that whole stack, in a little baggie. That way I'll remember this stack come from that restaurant and what day, okay? And then that way I have all of that together and I don't forget. Now this is just another little book that I have and that I do have leads in that I do keep, but I have like this here that also has my leads in it, stuff that I just feel like if you are a new consultant, like I said, or a seasoned consultant, we always need new leads. And if you can start with, 30 leads, okay, then pretty much you're going to be getting bookings from bookings, okay. And I know that's your goal, from referrals, okay, when you're doing the facial, getting referrals and things like that. So you're not always going to have to do this, okay, going out and getting leads. And but like I said, I never throw a lead away, okay, until they tell me do not call me again. And but then I just send out the script and just say I met you at Roadhouse, and you was not the grand prize winner, but you did win. All right, and just let them know that they won a complimentary facial. All right, pampering session with microdermabrasion, or spa session, however you want to, whatever you do. Okay, and they also got a $15 complimentary gift. Okay. Okay. So how am I doing, Jennifer? Am I about finished?
Yes, yes. Got a
Okay.
couple more minutes.
Okay. So real quick, I prefer to do it with a partner up. Okay. Partner with somebody. And because it kind of makes it more simple. Remember, I said I was shy. Okay. And so it does help when you have, another girlfriend there with you. Okay. It kind of makes you a little bit braver. And so just some ways that you can do it. I've done it both by myself and I've done it with, girlfriends. And so I never put my business cards out unless somebody asks me for my business card. Okay. And then I'll give them my business card. I have books, but I don't have my name on the books. Okay. Just because, when we do divide up the leads, okay, she didn't get my book, but Carla got the name. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to ever make sure that there's nothing double, crossing there. And then also even on the roses, like these roses, I have my label on the back that has my name and my website. If I was working it with a girlfriend, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have my name on the back of the rose, but I would have what perfume it is in that way. Okay. So because you're going to divide up those leads equally, and then she's going to be able to, follow up with them. Okay. So that's just one way I always do it, just to make for sure that, somebody's not getting my business card, but she got the name. So I do it like that. But you can do this at Halloween. I was going to tell you some more about Halloween and how ways you can do it. But you can always go to my website, and if you have questions, you're always welcome to reach out to me, send me a private message or whatever. I would love to, if you have questions on how I do that for Halloween, trick or treating or whatever, I'll be glad to help you with that. Okay. Jennifer, I hope I did okay. I hope
That
they
was
learned something
amazing,
new.
friend. It was incredible. And Christine, we're going to post her website for everybody on here since you asked that. We're going to post her website on the Lunch and Learn Facebook group. So we'll have that on there. And then I do have the 21-day booking thing that she's talking about, like the link that I can send there. Obviously, you can have the book made in spiral bound or where, but I have all the things for that too. So we'll pass it on. Kelly, that was incredible. And the one thing that I really I love to hear and I love to take away from it is the integrity in which you do your business, about how we're not taking each other's customer and we're just double, triple checking. And yes, there's questions you can ask, but just how you over ensure that I appreciate that. I appreciate that there's still people out there doing that, and that just means a lot. If anybody else has a question real quick, or um, wants to affirm Kelly, or just has anything they would like to share, please, we have a couple minutes. We'll do that because I never want to. I think I got everything answered in the chat though. Yes, these are amazing ideas, aren't
Hello,
they?
sweet friend.
Hey, sweetie. I didn't know you was going to be
Oh,
on.
I love this. It has been a hot minute since I've done the roses at a restaurant, and I don't know why. It was so much fun. I mean, I've even done it post-COVID, but I haven't done it in a couple of years. But it was so much fun, and I love the idea of doing it this month with the breast cancer thing. I always put like a little sachet thing with like a cotton ball so they can stick it in their drawer. But I love the idea of a rose with maybe that attached to it. So thank you, thank you. And I will update whatever you need me to. So
Thank you,
this was
Carla.
awesome.
So sweet. Thank you. Yes. And we'll post, you can post it in the Lunch and Learns group there for them.
Okay.
Okay.
So, hi, Kelly.
Yeah.
And Janice put this out years ago, and I can post it on the Facebook page. But I did a lot of daycares, and basically you come in about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and you only stay till 6. It's just when the mothers are picking them up. And so I think I might just, I thought I'd close that chapter on my business, but I think I might just do that. And I have a script. So
Post that, Sandy.
Great.
We would love that. I think that's a
Yes,
great
please.
idea. Yeah,
Yes.
if any of you ever have anything like that you want to share, always feel free to post in that Facebook group, because I don't know, a million minds together make us that much more incredible, right? And I think anybody ever, that group is open to everybody and anyone can post anything. I think that's incredible. Yes, Sandy,
Great.
please do that. Sandy, tell everybody what your goal is.
I'm actually believing it now too. But my goal is to do the Court of Sharing this year. And there's the bee there. This is Jennifer's bee. So thank you, Jennifer. It's going to be a reality.
I cannot wait for all of us to scream for you, because all year I make her do this every week. She's going to probably kill me by the end of this year, but I make her share it every week. Because the more you say it, the more you start to believe it. So
Yes.
I want to be screaming from the rooftops for you, friend. Well, ladies, thank you so much. Kelly, thank you. I know how busy you are. It's meeting day, all of that, to take your time to share with us, to be with us today. And it was incredible. We're all starving in an orchard full of fruit, right? We just got to get out there and get it. So
That's right. That's right. And get a friend to partner up with
yes.
you. It makes it so much easier.
Yes, yes,
Definitely.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, ladies, you have a great Thursday.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks for making it
all.
simple.
Have a great month.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
making it simple. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.